Don't even
Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's good?
What's going on, man? Caught me yawning at my dog. My bad.
No, you're all good.
Always getting into something, man.
Ready to get it popping today?
Absolutely. Welcome back, guys. Another Slac podcast episode. But before we go and get started, Ada, run that intro. Yo, what it do?
All right. What's good, fam?
Not much, man. Not much, man. Chilling. Welcome back, Slackers. It's your boy Strizzy, and with me always I got my man with the plan, my best friend.
It's your boy A-Dub.
What's good, fam?
How's it going?
Dude, straight, man. Super busy this past last week. Even busier this past weekend. You know me doing all the videos and stuff like that, man. So I've been like super duper busy. Reached a new milestone this past today actually.
What happened? What happened?
On TikTok. No, I got to 1,000 on TikTok in just like 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. Congratulations, man.
So I'm up there, dog. I'm saying I'm up there. I'm doing it. But anyways, we're talking about sports today, guys. Slack, another episode 40. Oh, no, wait, 30.
47.
47. Dang, man, I'm off.
You really do keep messing that up.
I know, man. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because like we're just so consistent in doing it. I get lost, but I don't know. I love it. But yeah, episode 47, guys. We're coming on that 1 year mark actually. Pretty soon. Yep.
So
should be cool.
Let's get our people in here though. Big shout out to super producer Marcus, man behind the plan as always. What's good, brother?
Chilling. What's up, fam?
And we have the permanent special guest, Miss Myra May.
Hey, lovely.
What's up, Slackers?
What up, girl?
And we do have another special guest today. Myra, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So special thanks today to our special guest, Tyler Marsh from the Toronto Raptors. I'll go ahead and let him give his official title so I don't mess that up, but
I appreciate
Tyler.
How you guys doing? I appreciate you having me.
Definitely.
Yeah, so official title, I guess, is assistant video coordinator, player development coach for the Raptors. My second year, so just excited to be a part of it. Hopefully another back-to-back championship.
Hey, there you go. That's awesome, man. So before we get, I have tons of questions, obviously, about your role and like your day-to-day with the Raptors. But before we get into that, I just want you to tell us a little bit about your background, kind of growing up, how you became a sports fan, and how you actually got into doing this as a job, as a profession.
Sure. It's kind of funny. People always ask me like where I'm from, and I really like. It really just depends on the time and day of what I feel like saying, because I've lived in so many different places. Usually my answer is Miami, Florida. That's where I kind of grew up and spent the majority of my life. But my dad is a college basketball coach, has been one my whole life. Basketball and I guess coaching to some degree has been in my blood. It's just the way that I got into the profession was when I graduated college, I didn't really know if I wanted to go the front office route, if I wanted to go the coaching route. I knew I wanted to be involved in basketball since that was my passion. And the first kind of opportunity I had was as a player development intern with Rio Grande Valley Vipers down in McAllen, where Myra just happens to be. I was working for the Rockets G League team there, and kind of just worked my way up from there. That following year, I became assistant coach, full-time assistant with the Iowa Energy, now the Iowa Wolves, Minnesota's affiliate. From there, I went to Bakersfield, California, and was an assistant with Bakersfield Jam, which is now Northern Arizona. And ever since then, it's kind of been slowly but surely working my way up. I've been coaching now for, I guess, 8 or 9 years, and had experience at almost every level: high school, college, G League, and now NBA. So I've just been extremely blessed. Yeah, for sure.
That's so dope.
For sure.
That's what's up. Can't tell him nothing, man. That's what's up.
Still a lot to learn, but you know, two for two doesn't help. One championship with Rio Grande Valley, one with the Raptors. So
there you go.
Okay. That's what's up. That's the shoulders off. That's what's up. All right, man.
Did you play a little bit?
A little bit. I went to UAB, University of Alabama, Birmingham, for 2 years here in Birmingham, Alabama. I graduated from Birmingham Southern College, so transferred after my sophomore year and finished out my playing career and academic career at Birmingham Southern. So proud Panther for sure. But
nice. Yep. That's what's up.
Nice, that's tight.
So with the Raptors, you also said, so you're doing coaching, but also you said you're part of the video coordination. So what do you do with that?
Yeah, so in the NBA, it's kind of like the video staff is very much a part of the coaching staff, as any other place. But we're any part of the process is anything video related in terms of putting together scouting reports for the assistant coaches, putting together any kind of projects for the players that they may want to see on their own or team affiliated. So it's really any and all aspects video related to the players, coaching staff, opposing teams. We have systems within our facilities that we're able to kind of track and monitor guys' progress. And so putting that stuff, comparing those analytics to our video and that kind of stuff is all, I'm part of all that, that kind of process for getting the best results that we can. So.
Wow,
that's pretty cool. I have a quick question, actually. So you mentioned that you guys put together any type of like film for some of the players who personally want to see certain things. And I'm not sure if you can answer this question, but are there any particular players on the team that who are just like film junkies? You know what I mean? Like we talk about the Kobe Bryants and stuff like that all the time. But are there any players who are kind of like film junkies who just have to see film on a particular maybe player that they're going to be guarding or something like that every?
Yeah, actually. We got a bunch of them, man. I think that's what honestly makes our team so special. Is like, and I think that the success of any team kind of starts at the top. So I'd kind of be remiss not to say that starts with Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam and Marc Gasol. All those guys kind of set the tone for the younger guys that come in. And this being my second year, I was able to see it, firsthand last year, just kind of how in tune those guys and the veterans were. And man, it's something to see. I get caught sometimes just in awe watching those guys.
That's cool.
And really even in film sessions as a team, just you can kind of see guys locked into not just what they're doing, but what their teammates are doing. And they're able to teach the younger guys. And it's just it's a trickle down effect and it's really contagious. So that's been something that's super special on our end for sure.
That's actually really, really cool. I like that you mentioned Fred VanVleet. I think he's actually one of the more underrated players in the league. And so I was kind of happily surprised to hear you say his name because he's been really, really nice over this last, you said, 2 seasons so far. So kind of happy to hear that. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of the great things for him is him being able to come in and kind of be the understudy of Kyle Lowry and somebody that's been a perennial all-star the last several years, and to my opinion doesn't really get the full respect that he probably deserves. But anytime that you can kind of come in and own your craft under somebody that's been there and done that before and kind of defeated the odds, and that's always a plus for sure.
Definitely.
I had a quick question. It's a quick question though. You can answer if you can. Is it like I do a lot of video editing too, but when you do it, it's like a long process doing that for different players. They want certain players to do it, like certain plays or certain positions, whatever. And then also like what program do you software do you use to make it quicker for you? I guess I would say.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of different programs that we use. It kind of just depends on what the project calls for. Usually during games, my main responsibility on game day is I'm in the video room and I'm cutting up our game as it's happening live. Each possession, I'm cutting and logging each possession as it happens.
Wow!
From the play type to what happens in the play to who was involved to what type of play it was. Like all that is kind of getting logged in, so that after the games, our coaches have direct access to it, and they're able to go and kind of have an even flow of the game without any kind of dead.
I never did that.
And if they're looking for one certain thing, it's almost like hashtags, right? If they're like, show me all the possessions where we shot a 3 or whatever, like you can kind of just filter it out since you're logging it.
Exactly. That's what makes it easy for them. So, and the players for sure, they have access to the games right after as well. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And do you always use like the same camera angle as far as like the one court? You're gonna always have one feed, or do you actually change that at all?
So that can change as well. Most of the time, we have the angle that you guys see on TV as well, except we don't have any of the overlays, and we have the overlays, but we don't have any of the commercials and stuff like that. We can kind of cut out as well. And then at practice, we have all the angles as well. So anything that they need, we got access to. So
okay,
I have one more kind of geeky question about that. So is the NBA all on one network to where like if another team wanted to pick up your tape or your possessions after you've logged them, can they? Because like the NFL has like Saber Vision or whatever, where they're all kind of like on one network, sort of.
So the NBA in general, they upload each game as it's done, and that's the G League does the same thing as well. So somebody is responsible for uploading those games for each team, so the other teams who are doing scouts or whatever have access to those games as well.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
So I wanna ask about the ring. Like, do you have your ring? I want to see the ring.
So
you care about that ring?
The ring is back in Toronto.
Oh darn!
Did not travel with it.
Gotta keep it safe, man.
I know,
safe, but it is there, and I'm not shy to let my wife know, like you live with a champ now, like you gotta
things are different.
No, but it's awesome. It was that whole run last year was just something to behold, and just for me being my first year associated in the NBA, it's like I couldn't ask for anything more. And a lot of the guys that's been around the organization for a long time, they kind of joke with me all the time. It's like it's only downhill from here because yeah, but it's an amazing blessing to have been a part of that and to always have those memories and those experiences. And I wouldn't have traded it for anything. So.
Man, the rappers don't know. You might be the good luck charm, man. I mean, you 2 for 2. You got the G League ship. You got the NBA ship.
So the one part I left out kind of is in the my first year in the G League when I was with RGV. Our head coach at the time was Nick Nurse, who is now our head coach.
No way.
That's wild. But that's cool though.
Yeah, so it's been awesome to be able to kind of learn and study under him for the 2 years that I've been able to, and just to kind of, I'm gonna try to stick with him as long as I can. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, something funny about Coach Nick Nurse. So one time he put on a camp down here, and he had these cool little basketballs, and it said "The Pill" on it because he's Coach Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
So my boys still have those basketballs. So it's like red, white, and blue. Yeah, they're red, white, and blue.
Yep.
And they say "The Pill" on them. They're so cool.
Yeah, they're awesome. We did a clinic last year out in Coach's hometown in Iowa, and we had a bunch of those given to the campers and kind of work on their form shooting and whatnot. So he's big on those, and that's awesome.
We got some in this crib still from a few years ago. So
make sure the boys are putting them to use for sure.
Right, definitely. Yeah, sure. Tyler, what is the greatest moment of the championship parade? Like, what was one of the greatest moments for you in that parade?
Man, so I think one of the funny things about the parade was like after Kyle obviously had like the biggest crowd and celebration just for everything that he's done for Toronto and everything. But what people don't know is like we had Jeremy Lin on that team as well. And everywhere he goes, he's like one of the most beloved players. And those fans were going I was on the float with him, and the fans were going absolutely nuts for him. And but just the whole experience, it took about, I'm not sure how long what the mileage was in terms of how long the parade was, but it couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 miles, and it probably took us a good 5 hours to get through.
Wow.
I can't imagine there being a bigger a bigger parade or celebration.
The whole country.
Exactly. That's what made it so special. And what I would say is the kind of everlasting memory for me is that, like, it's not just you're not just part of history in terms of another championship team, but that's something that the whole country kind of embraced and was waiting for. And I have colleagues within the organization that have been there since day one of the Raptors for 25 years, and they just to see the emotions that winning that championship brought out to them was awesome, man.
That's all. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's super cool.
Wow. I was gonna ask you too. How does Kawhi talk?
He does. Kawhi is a lot more talkative than you would think.
Really,
Mr. Fun Guy. Come on now.
Yeah, no, he was a great teammate. He was a true professional in terms of how he went about his business, and it kind of just like it was a perfect match. Honestly, it was a perfect match between him and the rest of the guys that we had and our coaching staff for sure. Just like we never got caught up in the moment. We never got caught up in all the kind of media publicity that was there when Kawhi was coming and when he was going as well. Like, it was just, we always found a way to stay in the moment. If you look back in our run, like, we lost game 1 to Orlando in the first round, and some of the media was like, "Oh, it's a rap. It might be a wrap for the Raptors." You know what I mean? Yeah. We move on to the second round, and we go down 1-2, I think, to Philly. Came back and won that one, and then
on the bounce.
Yeah.
And then we went down 0-2 to start the Milwaukee series, and won 4 straight. So it was. I think that's a testament to just our coaching staff and the leaders of our team, is just kind of being able to kind of focus on what's in front of us and not get caught up in anything else. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So can you talk to us real quick about how your role is going to change with the NBA going into the bubble, or like how you're contributing to the team now?
Yeah, my duties don't really change too much. Everything that I do can be done remotely. So any kind of video projects or anything requested by the players or the coaching staff, we have a direct line of communication for that. We could provide any kind of needs that or requests that they have. So my job doesn't change a whole lot. It's kind of just adjusting and adapting to the situation, and still doing what we got to do to get another one.
That's perfect word, adjustments.
I know that was one of my questions to you. I was like, are you in the bubble? And you explained that some of your staff is not there. So how did that work out?
Yeah, so every team is every team has the same cap limit in terms of the amount of people that they're able to have within the bubble. So it kind of just is what it is, and you just you learn to again adjust to whatever the situation calls for. And for us, it's been business as usual. We're still working like we're all in the same place back in Toronto, and everybody doing what they got to do to contribute.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask too, kind of going back to the video thing, is like, did you have to like learn like doing the video editing? Was that something you did in college or something before, or you just something you had to learn right away and then pick it up pretty much, or did you already kind of have knowledge of it before you got the job?
A little of both. I had experience with it over the course of the G League, and kind of that's what I'm gonna give a quick plug to the G League. It's like one of the awesome things about that is being able to learn so many different facets, no matter where you are, what your position is or title is within the G League. The staffs are so small, there's kind of all hands on deck, and you're able to learn a bunch and do a bunch. And so I had some video experience coming into last year with the Raptors, and kind of just was able to build and learn over the guys who were over me within the video room, and that's just kind of how it progressed from there.
That's awesome though, because you're right though. The G League, it is like development for everybody. Like, it's not just development for the players. It's like it gives so many different people opportunities to kind of function in their roles. So
for sure,
that is big time. That's what's up.
Yeah, definitely.
I have kind of a funny question, just like as a sports fan, and I don't know, like we said, how you could answer this or if you can, but being the film person, you obviously scout KD a lot. So that moment KD faces injury, what's the thoughts? Like, okay, full steam ahead or business as usual? Like, what's the thought? KD goes down now, like, let's get it.
Yeah, I think that for us, it was like you didn't really know how serious it was. You didn't, and I think that even because Clay got hurt that same series as well, and I think that in those moments, it's just like you don't really think about the injury. You're just like, okay, now who's coming in for him, and now what's our game plan now? You know, and for us, this back in the video room, we have so much going on as well that it's just like we're so locked in on what we're doing and how the game is progressing. And it's just like, you know, you say a quick prayer and hope that it's nothing serious for anybody that gets injured. But at the end of the day, it's just like you're just moving on to the next thing and hoping you can find a way to get a win.
I want to piggyback off Myra's question. So when key injuries happen like that to, you know, some of the bigger all-star players, does that actually make film harder? Or not film harder, but does that actually make scouting harder? Because it's kind of like, all right, we were scouting for both KD and Clay. Now there's like, you know, next two men up, and we don't have a lot of film on those two people. So does that actually make things harder when it comes to practice and say the film sessions and all that?
I don't think so. I think that from a video standpoint, it doesn't really change the way that our jobs are. From a coaching standpoint, I think that you kind of prepare for situations that not necessarily somebody getting hurt, but you have to have a game plan for, okay, if KD and Clay aren't in the game, how are we going to play?
Gotcha.
If Steph isn't in the game, how are we going to play?
Gotcha.
So I think that just from an adjustment standpoint, those things are kind of thought of amongst our coaching staff, and a game plan is put in to where, God forbid, an injury does happen. But if somebody were to foul out or somebody were to get thrown out of a game, we know what we're going to do moving forward.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have a question. This is kind of a silly question, but this is something that I always wondered about, low-key fantasized about. What's the gear situation like? Like, does Nike just drop off, like, and you could just go get whatever you need, or how does that work out?
I don't ask any questions. I just know that when I started, there was a bunch of gear given to me. When I got back to Toronto this year, there was a bunch of gear, and it was like, I was just like, keep it coming. So I don't really, when it's coming to you, you don't really ask too many questions. You kind of accept it when it comes. So especially somebody in my position where you're just trying to kind of know your role and stay kind of to what you're doing, and I just kind of take it as it comes. But
I feel that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
and live in Toronto because live in Toronto because I know you say you're from Alabama, right? That's where you're originally from.
That's where I live. I'm from Miami.
Okay. So that's I was gonna say, how is it living like? I don't know. Some people say they don't really like living there because it's kind of like it's different living in Toronto. So I was trying to say, was it a big adjustment when you had to move up there, or you just like whatever?
Not at all. I'm definitely, my personality is more of fits for the South. I just kind of like I like the kind of slower pace, move as I please. But Toronto's an awesome city, and like I said, like I want to say Toronto is my 15th or 16th different city lived in. So it's like adjustment is something that I kind of pick up on throughout my life, just with my dad coaching and being in so many, moving so much growing up. It's like it's something that kind of comes natural at this point. So I don't really have trouble adjusting to a new city. I remember when I graduated from high school in Miami, and that following year I went to prep school in Maine, in the middle of nowhere in Maine. So it was like, if that can be adjusted to, then Alabama to Toronto,
anything can happen.
Yeah, for sure.
So really quick too. So we'll just say, before the championship, we'll say before big time. Growing up, what were some of the teams you watched kind of growing up were fans of?
So
if you can go back.
Yeah, I'm growing up. I was a big Indiana Pacers fan.
Okay.
We moved all over the place. I just became fans of players.
Right.
Favorite player of all time is Stephon Marbury.
Okay.
My father, he was coaching at Florida State at the time, and Steph I was a ball boy for Florida State, and Steph he was at Georgia Tech as a freshman. He was the first guy that I was just like in awe of watching play. So he's my favorite player all time, but I was a big Reggie Miller fan as well. So that's kind of how that Pacers.
So you hate Jordan too, then? Huh?
I'm sorry.
You hate Jordan too, then?
No, I don't hate him. I don't
hate is a strong word. I dislike is more like it. No,
but yeah, so I grew up a Pacers fan, and probably the only one you'll ever meet from the outside of Indiana. So
yeah. I know. I'm like, wow, we haven't had a Pacers fan yet.
Oh, that's why I asked, because he had said he had, lived in so many places, and I know you can't say too much now that you're with the Raptors, but I was like,
yeah, all that's done now.
Before that, when you were growing up. So no, that's cool. That's cool.
And I always argue with people too about the Pacers. I always say Jalen Rose to me that year they played in the finals, that he was the second best player on that team. But people are like, no, he wasn't. Do you agree? Was Jalen Rose the second best player on the team or no?
I don't know. I was a big Jalen Rose fan too. I thought he was, man. I'm like, Jalen was that guy when he went to the finals against the Lakers. They lost, but I think he was still the second goal. I thought, but they were like, nah, Rich Smith was. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think Jalen was, but I could be wrong. I just wanted to ask about that. Yeah, I guess it's all subjective. It's not really.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that they lost to the Lakers. So
yeah,
they won me. That won't hurt for a while, because all my friends at the time they're kind of just the bandwagon who Lakers fans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, I love Kobe too, so kind of can't go wrong there as well.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, all right. Well, I think we pretty much touched on a lot of things. I don't know if you guys have any other questions. I know you got a big drive ahead of you. I know you're headed out soon. So anything you wanted to talk about or kind of put out there before you go?
Not really. I appreciate you guys having me for sure. That intro is definitely going to be stuck in my head the rest of the drive tomorrow.
Tonight and tomorrow, I promise you.
Nice. It's going to be in there.
Definitely. But this is awesome, and it's been a pleasure being here. I really appreciate it for sure.
But I have one more question before you go, though. Did you meet Drake? Were y'all cool? Were you and Drake cool? You got pictures with him?
So I actually have a funny story about that one, actually. So yesterday we were in the last year, we were in the Milwaukee series, and obviously I'm back in the video room, and so I'm finishing. The game is just finished. Drake we just won. Drake's super excited. He comes in the back in the video room and kind of like daps everybody up or whatever. And so like after the games, I load the games onto a drive to put on all the computers, right? So Drake comes in, daps everybody up, and he points to me. He pats me on the back, and he points at the drives. He's like, "Hey, load up those drives and let's go, baby. We won." And I had I was so locked into what I'm doing. I'm like, was that Drake that just hit?
Oh, you didn't even see him, huh?
Yeah, I didn't even process in the moment. But yeah, he's obviously always at the games and super supportive of everything that we got going on. So it's cool to have a celebrity that's kind of a super fan like that in the city that he's from and is looked up to. So that's pretty cool.
That's really good. Yeah.
Definitely,
One thing we had talked about was getting super fans on here, and we always talked about the gentleman from Toronto with the turban.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's everywhere. He's at Summer League.
He's in the bubble. Y'all don't know yet, but he's probably in the bubble somewhere.
He might be. He's inspirational to me because even when it was like the Warriors series, like, and he's like, all right, it's another game. Like, I'm on the plane. I got tickets. Like, he's like automatic with it. He's going to be there. So much respect to him for putting himself in a position to be able to do that.
Sure. He's been there since day one of the Raptors.
Yeah.
Stick with him through thick and thin. It's always nice to have that support for sure.
Yeah. He's very motivational to me. But all right, that's what's up. Well, this is a lovely interview, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
for joining us.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll catch you soon. We'll definitely be following along, and we'll be watching to see how the Raptors do. But yeah, be safe. Take care on that drive and everything too.
Thank you very much. You guys stay safe as well.
Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Peace.
All right, that's what's up.
That was dope.
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot to plug myself though. I should have been like, look, if y'all need a spot, Oh, that's what?
I think they're all right, dog. I think they're all right.
If you need a spot, I got this ostrich rundown.
Your boy reaches 60 miles per hour. Feel me?
Man, I would love to have his job. That would be dope.
That's dope.
Breaking it down. And Marcus, that was a great question about Drake. I forgot about that. That was a good. It's a good call right there.
Drake somewhere in there. I saw I was waiting. And I thought you were gonna definitely ask about Drake. So I was like, I'm gonna see A-Dub gonna say it.
Got you. No, you got my back for sure. All right. Let's get this banner going. Let me put this ticker up here real quick. Let's make it look official. So we'll go ahead and go into our normal programming. But again, thanks to our special guest Tyler Marsh. That was dope.
That was legit.
Thanks, Myra, for that. Appreciate you for doing
it. Myra, coming through.
No doubt.
You getting stuff from Trizzy not being them DMs, boy, because he be in them DMs.
That's where it goes down. Actually, what you mean? That's where it goes down.
That should be like our intro for special guests. It goes down in the DMs.
We'll have to do a remix of that. Hey, also though, shout out to Myra for being a guest star on 9 to 5 Sports Guys.
Yes,
that was like Friday, right? Was that Friday?
That was Sunday. So shout out to 9 to 5 Sports Guys.
Can we see
in North
or watch
Carolina.
it or what?
I checked it out. It's on their YouTube page, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, they have it on their YouTube page, so definitely check them out. 9 to 5 kind of plugged us a little, so we were just chatting about like doing a collab or something. So we'll see. We'll have Say Like a Champ podcast and 9 to 5. Let's do something about it.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, Myra, you definitely held it down. She also debuted the chair. You know what I'm saying? She earning the chair now, so that's what's up.
Yes.
But no, that was definitely cool though. That was definitely cool.
This is my Hugh Hefner chair. When people come visit me, everybody wants to sit in this chair, and I'm like, no, it's like red.
Where the bunny's at? Where the bunny's at?
Oh man! All right, two things. Two things for cleanups of the week, and we're about to add some more to cleanups of the week, apparently. But all right, two things for cleanup of the week. One thing is the John Candy movie he was filming when he passed is called Wagons East. It was like a parody of a Western, but that's one thing we talked about. I actually did go back and check for once so that, we could get it right. Mm-hmm. And then also I have another one that's completely separate, but this is one thing we forgot to plug. We actually did some all about us videos. We did some special videos on our YouTube that are kind of like all about each one of us. And on there, I said, I was trying to talk about Johnny Cash and I said Johnny Cage. So
I was gonna be funny and put John Cage on there when you said it. I was gonna do that, but I was like, nah, I won't do it to him. But now that you said it, I'm gonna re-upload it. I gotta put it on there.
Okay,
so.
You gotta re-edit it.
Finish it.
Man. So that's a cleanup I had that's outside of this, but also wanted to use that as a plug. Go check that out. On our YouTube, we have some more videos on there besides just our regular weekly episodes. So go check that out. You can see me mistaking Johnny Cash for Johnny Cage.
But we know what you meant though when you said that. So.
Yeah, hopefully. So all right then. I think that was it for cleanups of the week.
No, I have two cleanups.
Uh-oh.
I went back and did my homework.
Nice.
So last week I talked about James Harden allegedly not showing up to the bubble, and he showed up that evening.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
While we're doing the podcast, he came on.
Yeah, so James Harden is in the bubble. So allegedly, the Rona, that was allegedly. He's definitely in the bubble and making things happen. So that was my first cleanup. And my second cleanup, because I really was curious, was about cauliflower ear.
Oh, yeah. Okay, did you find out some more about it?
Yes. So cauliflower ear is permanent, but it can be repaired through plastic surgery.
Oh, like everything else.
Yeah, I mean, but so it doesn't. You can't heal it up. You can't go and fix it.
Right.
No, it doesn't heal. It's permanent. You have to have some type of plastic surgery. And it was like some weird word. Like I wanted to be real smart and remember that word for y'all, but I can't.
That's all right. But we know you're smart anyway.
But you can only get it. You can only get it when you're doing like actual wrestling, not like WWE wrestling, though, right? You got to do the
No.
actual.
I think it really comes from like grinding your ears on the mat like over and over and over.
Oh, it's on the mat. Oh, okay.
Or blows.
Or
yeah. It's a
Do you-
mixture of blows to the ear, the headgear, and even like the sweat constantly getting into like the different cuts and stuff too. Like also helps them get inflamed. So it's a
I
mixture
forget
of it.
I know you guys real like back in the day wrestling fans. I forget the guy back in the day. He used to wear the actual wrestling thing, but he was like a tag team. I can't think of his name, but he had bad cauliflower ears too.
Oh,
but
really?
He wore the actual thing. He's the only wrestler that did that, and he was a tag team partner. I can't think of his name now.
Okay, I'm gonna try to see if we can find him. So he was a WWE wrestler or WWF or whatever.
WWF, yeah, tag team. And he always wore the headgear, but he had it really bad too. I can't. I was gonna say his name too. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's like Mad Dog or something. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Marcus, I love the way you say wrestling.
Road Dog had the dreads, I think.
No, I'm gonna find them. Yeah. What'd you say, Myra?
I said I love how you say wrestling. You're so like from the South. I love it.
I can't help it. I try to lose it. I lost a lot of it though when I moved to Arizona. I talk a little different, but when I was worse. When I was like, what did you say?
But how quickly, when you go back home, how quickly do you get deeper in it?
No, when I go back home, they say I talk proper. Like you talk proper now. I'm like, what? Cause I pronounce my words now. I'm like, what?
They say you changed up.
But I was real back. I have my speech now is the best either because you guys have been around me long enough. You're like, what was he saying? But you kind of let it pass. But I talk fast and something like that. But but like I said, I'm a lot better now because back in the day, oh man, I was country. So some words never leave though. So some words never leave.
I love wrestling. So
yeah.
But no, I've been around you long enough for sure. But I don't think I like maybe when we first met, like I remember one time I had to be like, huh? Like what?
Yeah.
But no, we got past that real quick. So oh man. We had some funny times, dog. Like back in the day, by the way.
We talking working together?
Yeah,
we really didn't work together.
Well, no, but we were over the same roof.
But I would go to your desk and we would talk almost like two hours or so, just talking nonsense. I remember your boss was real cool about it. But I mean, one time she was like, "All right, Alex, get to work." Like we should like, "Hey, he's been here long enough."
I'll be getting in trouble sometimes, but it's just I don't know. Yeah, it's just how we do. We would always get the work done. We'd make it happen one way or another. But yeah, we had some great times for sure. But all right. I think that's it for cleanups though. I guess we can.
I agree.
All right, let's get into this NFL talk. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Tune to NFL talk.
Let's get it.
All right.
Yes.
So training camp started today, actually. The rookies are supposed to report today, July 21st. Mm-hmm. Quarterbacks and injured players report in 2 days, and then everybody reports on July 28th. So it looks like progress is happening. We're moving forward towards an NFL season. How do y'all feel about that? Oh, who is it?
The Steinem brothers.
Oh.
Y'all remember them?
I remember them.
I don't think so. I'm going to have to look at the big picture.
Yeah.
But
they were dope. They were champions and everything too, though. You can't really see it on my thing, I guess, but I'll send it to you though.
Okay, yeah.
You gotta be a real wrestler friend. Remember these guys though.
I have to be honest. I only went so deep into wrestling, but my cousin Robbie, he was dope into it, and he took me to when they came here to Phoenix one time, and I felt bad because I knew the main people, but he was like, oh, and last week this happened and 2 weeks ago, and I was trying to keep up, but I couldn't really keep up. But I was just like, it's gonna be fun though, you know what I mean? Like, I was trying to he thought when he was bringing me, he thought like I was like following it like that, you know what I mean? And I was like, I just kind of want to see this pop off in real person. But we were young and stuff like that. But shout out to Robbie, we did that, but he was big into it. But I could only go so deep, I don't know. All right, where were we on though? Oh, we're on NFL talk.
No, you're good. Camps and stuff. So, I'm with you on that. That's actually it's pretty cool. We're happy to see some progress. A lot of the players, a lot of the big name players, kind of spoke out over the last couple of days, and they had talked about the NFL. Yeah, right. We want to play.
Hashtag blitz.
Hashtag we want to play, and
play.
Yeah, and they had talked about how the NFL hasn't really done a very good job on the safety protocols and stuff like that, and how the NBA has truly listened to the players and just kind of their concerns and stuff like that. And we get it. They just want to know what's kind of going on, and it seems like they're just not in the know. That seems like what's the issue they're having right now. But hopefully they get it together because I know that the players want to play. We obviously want to see them play. But yeah, man, we'll see how things go.
And maybe an hour ago too, it came out update. It's 95 players who tested positive. So it's like, 95 is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just the first wave of returning people.
Yeah. So and then a lot of players still concerned they have kids and they are married and have pregnant wife like Russell Wilson. Sierra's pregnant. He's like, hey man, I want to make sure she's safe.
Exactly.
I don't want to be in trouble with that. So you got to listen to stuff like that too. So it's like, man, I don't know what's. I don't know.
Go ahead, Marcus.
No, I wasn't saying anything. Go ahead.
Yeah, so after this weekend, because of all that came out, especially big names like Russell Wilson speaking up, the NFL did come out and say that they were going to test players for the first 2 weeks of training camp every day. And I'm sitting there looking like, okay, well, what does the first 2 weeks do if they're going and coming and having other interactions? So it's going to be interesting to see what the NFL does.
Definitely. I'm kind of glad though, because I feel like a lot more athletes tend to be a little more asymptomatic than say your average person, just because they're just naturally in better health. Their lung capacity can hold a lot more oxygen than say I don't say a normal human being, but in a sense a normal human being.
Average.
Right. Here you go. Average human being. So, the 95 players that tested positive for coronavirus are probably just those players who honestly didn't even know they probably had it. You know what I mean? So they come in, they get tested, like, oh, dang, I had coronavirus? Snap, send them home 2 weeks. They'll come back after their quarantine is finished. And then, hopefully by the time the season actually gets started, like the NBA, which we'll talk about later on, hopefully all the players on most teams will be corona free. So that's kind of what they're doing right now. They want to get it out and get everybody tested before the season really starts going underway to get everybody quarantined who needs to be quarantined.
And then also canceling preseason is gonna help out too. So that's gonna be
definitely.
That's gonna help out a lot. So they should have been doing that. So I hope this stay like this for. I don't care about preseason. Let's keep it moving.
Right.
Maybe 2 games they're gonna do it too for the rookies. They trying to show what they got.
Yeah, or like a really intense scrimmage or something, or a scrimmage against a different team or whatever. That's probably enough. But yeah, the NFL is offering to scrap all the preseason this year, and it is going to happen apparently per sources. So that'll be good. And the training camp, it does have some battles and stuff like that, but there's only like a handful of guys. There's only like maybe 1 or 2 guys that can actually like maybe make a team that weren't going to make a team based on preseason.
That's it
every year. So yeah, I mean, it's really.
No,
most of the time,
right. Yeah, because you watch Hard Knocks. It is true though.
It's usually like there's a couple guys on the fringe, and if you put that across the whole NFL, like it's still most of the rosters are pretty locked up. So
pretty much,
I think that this will be all in all a good thing. We'll see how they come out week 1, but I think they'll be all right. They'll figure it out.
I think so too. And a lot of the players who are like on the bubble of making the team will end up on the practice squad anyway, in case God forbid someone hits injury, and then they can move them up if need be. But you're right, A-Dub. Most of these rosters are pretty much already kind of, I don't want to say set in stone, but they're kind of set in stone.
You got to do something spectacular to get that spot anyway.
It does happen, but
it does.
You go back to
Dwayne Harris,
Victor Cruz too.
Do you remember that 4th and Long, the TV show?
The show with Mike Irvin?
Yeah, that was so tight.
That was pretty cool.
But I didn't know Victor Cruz. That's how he made the team. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with the Giants, man. He was during the preseason before he made the team. He like blew up in the preseason games. Like he was burning people.
But that's how he made it. But he wasn't on 4th and Long, was he?
No.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I'm just talking about in general. Like he wasn't on the roster. No, he wasn't on the Giants roster, and
he was Odell before Odell.
Yeah, he was burning past people
for like 1 year.
Yeah,
but can you imagine though if they both if they were both he got shoes come out today. Some shoes came out. He still making money after that.
Did it, yeah.
But can you imagine if he didn't really get injured, like he was still healthy with those 2 on the team? That would have been nice. That would have been a nice little team.
Mm-hmm.
Eli wouldn't have got benched, maybe.
I think, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, because Odell balling kind of made him get out the door even quicker, though. So he tried to make a little comeback, but Odell was like, nah, I got to shine.
Yeah.
Right.
So
All right. So other things in NFL, Michael Bennett is retiring. Which shout out to Michael Bennett. I always liked him and his brother Martellus Bennett. I always
like
thought they were
Martellus
cool.
more than Mike.
They're
Mike
very
cool.
interesting. You know, they've lived
They're very
interesting
close
lives.
too. Very close. They're very close guys. Brothers.
They're cool, man. But I always thought they were cool. So shout out to him. And then AB sent out some tweets, some pseudo retirement type tweets, which it's hard to believe what's going on with that. Dun, dun, dun. So we'll put Myra on the job, figure out what's going on there.
It goes down in the DM.
I'm coming for you, AB.
But I don't really want to get too deep into NFL talk other than the fact that we're just going to have to keep waiting and see how this training camp goes as people continue to report.
Hey, I'm going to say something real funny about the whole AB situation. So this weekend, there was like a tabloid thing, like AB signs with the Texans. And I'm like, wait, hold up. So I'm like fact checking like NFL, like scouts and all kinds of stuff. It wasn't real, but I was like, damn, if he would have come to the Texans.
That would have been a great replacement though for Hopkins though. That would have been nice.
Yeah, definitely would. But damn, rumor mill had me researching stuff like, how come it's not on ESPN? How come it hasn't dropped anywhere?
That's a real question I always have though, because like I wish our Instagram could one day like make it to the Explore page, but I don't know about y'all, but on my Explore page on Instagram, it's like halfway like fake every time. Like it's actually not real news. It's like pictures of people with.
I thought it was always fake though. I didn't know it was anything on there real.
So what is the point of that? Like I don't get that.
Yeah, I think it just that's what it's made for. Like fake.
It's news. Like every time I see the Explore page, it's got Oladipo in a Lakers jersey. Yeah. It's got Jamal Adams in the Cowboys jersey.
It's like rumors and like fake news. So
I'm like, I don't get the point of that.
So I always thought it was the same.
It just depends on what the hashtag are on with the actual picture itself. So yeah.
I'm just like, why don't they use this to bring me real stuff I actually want to see on the Explore page?
Yo, did y'all see T.O. and Tyreek Hill and them kind of racing and stuff like that?
Yeah. Did they actually race?
Yeah. T.O., but they didn't show the whole race, I don't think, right?
They showed the 40-yard dash was a race.
Who won?
Okay, on my thing, it cut off. Like you could see Tyreek Hill was about to burn them, but it didn't finish it. So I'm like, why didn't they show the whole race? But I didn't know that they showed the whole thing.
Yeah, so the first 100-yard dash they didn't show. They just showed them like kind of coming back from the finish. But they did show the actual 40-yard dash.
Okay.
And I'm actually really impressed. So T.O.'s 46.
T.O.'s fast
still. He looks great though. He looks great.
His whole life.
No funny stuff, but the dude looks like he can still play.
Yeah,
he's always
And he ran like a solid like 4.4, and then like Tyreek ran a 4.3. But it was funny because Tyreek ran a 4.3, but like slowed down with like 7 yards to go. Like, dude is ridiculously fast, and I was actually a little bit concerned with him too because, like I said, like he's put on some weight, muscle weight, right? So I was like, you might slow that. Nah, man, homie he's gotten bigger and speed is still just.
And game time speed is even faster too. In the game, you can be even faster than that. So it's like, man.
So it was crazy too. So they did another 100-yard sprint, right? Tyreek gave Ocho Cinco and T.O. a 10-yard head start. Dog, he almost caught T.O. T.O. ended up winning, but dude, he was like this close from catching T.O. So even with a 10-yard, with
the head start.
But again, T.O. is 40s.
No, exactly. And T.O. was older,
that was my thing. When they were talking about it, I was like, if he gives him a head start, I was like, T.O.'s gonna win. I was thinking, but he got it, not in a 40-yard dash though.
Yeah.
No. Like, it was 100 yards. So 100-yard dash. Oh no, sorry, not 100 meter. My bad. 100 meter. Well, same thing.
Shout out to Myra too. I'll check out that podcast with Chad and Reggie Wayne and it's a dope. I think I'm listening and watching that a lot. There's only one person on there. I don't think he's gonna make the cut. I think they're gonna kick him off. I don't know what's his name. He had the dreads,
Crowder,
white skin cut. Huh?
Is it not Channing Crowder? Why did I want to say? I know you're talking about.
He's not really even known. Really, he the way he talked like he was a Hall of Famer or something. I'm like, dude, you the only one on here. We don't know you. Like Fred Taylor is dope. I like Brandon
Fred
Marshall,
Taylor's triple OG,
Reggie Wayne. Although those guys I can listen to them, but the other guy, if he was like is talking like casual, cool, and I can stand. But he was talking like he's Junior Seau or something. I'm like, man, what are you doing? Calling people trash and stuff. I'm like, what are you? I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
the I Am Athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall. He has really good topics. And one
So
of them
is
he
Brendan
talked
Marshall's? So is his? I thought it was Where's Your Wings. So is Brendan Marshall's?
No, you're probably right. I think it's
No. I don't know. I'm asking. I just thought it because the way.
I think
the way,
Brandon Marshall has been on several of them, but that's a
okay.
good question. I got to look it up. Like, who's the main person? But yeah, I might think it is Reggie Wayne.
But I like it though. I like those players how they talk and they kind of be like Ocho's like I'm a best route runner. He was like Richard was like wait you were good but you ain't had no work like me. So I like stuff like that. But it was cool. But like I said, the other guy I don't think he gonna make it a couple of weeks. I hope he's a guest. I hope he's not a permanent person on there. But it's a dope podcast though. You guys should check it out.
Yeah, I liked it, but I kind of see what you're saying. It's Channing Crowder.
I was gonna say you were right. I was gonna say
who did he play for? Like, who is that dude?
Dude, he's from Florida. That shows you he went to University of Florida and he played for the Dolphins.
So that's why he said that's your boy Cam Newton, and he was like, "Nah, ain't my boy." And he gonna throw him out. Time he was still confused. Like, come on, y'all supposed to be like, don't say something. Like, even though it's true, you don't supposed to say that. Come on.
Well,
man.
like I said, he went to University of Florida, so that does everything.
Well, their whole podcast is like stirring up provocative conversations. So
they drink,
but they're doing it in a different way, and I like it. But like, I definitely like Fred Taylor. He's triple OG. Like you can see his points of view are measured and stuff like that. Like that, I really like that. And there are some interesting conversations they get themselves into where it's like you really get some insight that you wouldn't really hear other places. So I definitely like that.
And they all were like nice players. I don't think none of them gonna make the Hall of Fame, but they all were like cool players. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think the only person who he might not, but I think he will because his numbers is Reggie Wayne. He might be the only one that might get in there. He's not first ballot though.
When we were talking about it last week, I was just like, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before he get in there, but I think because like I said, he played with Peyton Manning, you know. So
I was gonna say nice. I can't remember because I remember obviously it was Marvin Harrison, but like was Reggie on the team that got the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Then he'll get in.
Yeah,
he'll get in.
He's got that with the numbers.
Like I said,
exactly.
He only had Peyton Manning's last 3 years by himself too. So imagine if he had longer, his numbers would have been even crazier.
Exactly.
So because Marvin Harris' numbers is crazy.
Yeah, Marvin Harris is a beast though. Yeah.
So to be the second guy and still get some numbers, that's pretty good, man.
He'll get in because of his numbers and that ring. That ring gets him in.
Okay, yeah.
And it makes it good when you can like put them together with other people from their team, like you know what I'm saying, with Peyton Manning and stuff like that.
For sure.
One last thing for NFL talk, I'm kind of thinking about doing. I want to do some like division breakdowns, maybe, but I'm thinking about possibly doing them as separate episodes, like maybe. And I want to know if you guys would be into that, but maybe just doing like a short, like 15-20 minute maybe segment, or maybe even like even 10 minutes maybe, but just go through each division by division, talk about those 4 teams, and maybe even
we're good now because everybody's in set in stone too. Like Cam not out there no more. You know what I'm saying? He's on the team, so
right. I think we're close enough. So
yeah,
we kind of know what to expect from these teams.
AB retired, so we don't have to worry about him. So
right, exactly. We don't have to worry about him popping up. So I kind of want to do that, but I'm thinking we might pick a team or two maybe and do it on our live show next week during NFL Talk, and then we'll do the other ones like on our YouTube, and we'll just do it like that so people can kind of see what we're getting into.
Somebody run from the cops, so lock your doors. I heard signs.
Trizzy, was it
where
you?
You live at, man?
Yeah, it's me.
You be having like, man.
Nah, dog. I don't know what it is.
I
got the thinnest. Hey, look, we don't talk about that. All right, look. You're dry snitching. Nah, dude, my windows are like super thin. I guess I don't know what it is. Like you can hear everything like outside. But like
we haven't heard the big truck, so you took him out already? Because you called the cops, or what happened with him?
Oh, so
we haven't heard them.
No, I'm telling you, like I put his tires down, but you know.
We used to hear him at least every other week, but we ain't heard him in a good 3 weeks straight.
Yeah.
We got another 30, 45 minutes.
I had to let him know. Like, look, man, you have to chill with all that noise, bro.
So he seen your TikTok about for real with the punches you were doing, the shooting.
Oh yeah, with old boy.
That's what happened. That's why he said, "Oh, he's serious." I'm gonna ask. I could probably ask you off air, but I'm gonna ask you right quick. Did you know that dude that did? did you do anything with? Did you know him, or is just another video you just added to yours?
No, that's a dude. His name's I Heart Memphis. It's his video, and like you can like duet videos. So like, so he does
your timing
something.
was perfect on. That's all I was asking. I'm like, did y'all know each other or something?
No. So like that's the hard part about it is like the timing with these duet videos. So obviously they didn't do it in one take.
He'll put out half a video and be like, make one for me or make the other half.
I keep saying I'm gonna duet that one with Strizzy, but I just haven't. I'm gonna do it one of these days.
You kids and your TikTok, man.
I can't do TikTok. I'm sorry.
Shoot.
I don't think I'll ever be on TikTok. It's like it's
You
gonna
just
sponsor us.
It's moving.
You just said you kids, and I think I'm like
you kids and your TikTok. That's all I'm saying.
I think I'm the oldest. I think I'm the oldest on here, right?
I think just barely.
Yeah.
I'm 35.
How old are you,
35.
Yeah.
So I'm the oldest. I'm the OG on here. Okay.
Triple OG.
OG.
How old are you? How old are you guys? How come I don't know this?
Huh?
A-Dub, how old are you?
I think I'm the baby barely, but I'm 32.
Strizzy?
I'm old enough.
Hey, by the way,
I'll be 33 in like 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, Strizzy's birthday. Strizzy, I was going to talk to you about this too, but since we're just having a little check-in right now, I'm thinking about we do the golf tournament as like maybe a little birthday celebration.
Because you know I ain't got no plans.
Right. I'm thinking about we'll get like maybe we'll just get a little food sponsor. We'll hook the food up.
Get it.
And we'll do the golf tournament and we'll have like a little small event.
That's what's up.
Some cookies and candies.
Myra, bring the bunnies.
Myra send the bunnies over from the chair.
Send the bunnies.
So we'll I think that's what we're gonna have to do. I think we'll plan it for that, like that.
Yeah, let's get it, man.
I'm pretty sure Tyler's on here. So Tyler, you ain't saying that all day, but Tyler, make sure you don't miss this.
What?
Tyler, he gotta make sure he's on here too.
You mean Trevor?
Trevor?
Oh, I'm saying Tyler.
No, you tripped me out, but
Tyler,
no, you're good.
Tyler is. We were talking earlier. I'm sorry, Trevor. I owe Trevor so much, man. I'm on his bad list of Trevor. I keep on jacking up with Trevor, man.
You know what's funny though? He might not be here today, but because I was gonna see, because I think he's supposed to get his top fan badge, but he might have to get it revoked, man. I was gonna see if it was gonna work.
Oh, he's not here today. He must be.
We'll see if it pops up. Yeah, we'll see. Well, all right, let's get it real quick. Let's move on. I think that was a good check-in though, but let's do. We'll see what's next. All right. So NBA talk. So the NBA, they just reported that they had 0 positive tests out of 346 tests since July 13th.
Thank you. That's good.
Hand claps, NBA players in the bubble.
Doing your job.
Keep
it up. Good work. Keep up the good work.
Man, that really makes me happy. It makes me really hopeful that we can keep this thing moving. You know what I'm saying? So it's supposed to start though July 30th. We're just about a week away. A week Thursday, I think it is, or Friday maybe. It's gonna be Clippers Lakers.
10 days from today.
Yeah.
Countdown.
So we ready. We fully ready for that. There was some national anthem debates too. I don't know if you guys really want to even get into that too much, but we could just leave that alone. Other funny bubble tales, though. There's a lot of vlogs coming out of the bubble. Marcus, you were watching the JaVale McGee blog, you said?
Yeah.
What do you think?
JaVale McGee is pretty dope. I watched the Dwight Howard has one today earlier, and it kind of shows like they really showing like with LeBron's there and AD, they kind of get into there and show them guys eating together what they eat while they're there and stuff like that. So it's pretty dope. JaVale McGee's already entertaining already, so it makes it even better. He's pretty good at it though.
Yeah. Rivers is doing one too.
Yeah.
Y'all, JaVale McGee in person is so tall. Like, he is so tall. Like, we see them on TV and it's like, okay, we see him on TV. I saw him in person and I'm like, damn, he's tall.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tall and lanky compared to them, the NBA players. So
yeah, definitely.
It is funny too, like even refs, like we talked about this, but the perspective is all off because refs will look like they're short, but then they're like normals, they're like average size, people. It's pretty crazy.
It's like when Steph Curry was golfing with the boxer. Like Steph Curry looked like a giant, and on the court, like he doesn't look that big compared to other players. So
Right.
our perspective is all the way off watching this on TV.
For sure. All right. So one quick thing. So the NBA, though, like you said, we got a week and a couple of days before anything really crazy happens. There's not really too much to talk about other than keep the bubble strong, don't pop it. But I did want to have a quick debate about like the MVP award, because a lot of people are talking about, oh, the MVP award and the race, the regular season race got cut short and people didn't get to make their full case and stuff like that. And I just have a general question, like, how important is the MVP award to you guys?
I wouldn't do none of the awards. Actually, I wouldn't do none of them this year. Just don't do them. Like, just focus on getting the championship, because like you said, that momentum is gone. Like, you don't know what people could have did with momentum and the rhythm and stuff. It's totally gone. So if you're gonna do it doing from you start the first game and the rest of that, do it then. I guess if you're gonna do it, but I wouldn't do it the first half, because to me it don't really, it counts, but you can't really do it. It's just, to me, I would get away with it totally though. I wouldn't even do it this year.
Yeah, I kind of agree. What do you guys think, Myra? What do you think?
To me, I'm a competitor. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be a solid MVP. And I don't care if the season was cut short. Like, who showed up and showed out up until that point? Like, I would still give it MVP.
To what point though?
Yeah, like, should it just stop? Like, basically, you can give it out now based on what they already did, or do you think you should add in these last 8 games?
Oh, so you're saying so don't count the rest of the? I got you.
Yeah, I would say count like pre-pandemic.
Okay.
Like up to that moment, like who stood at the top of the race. That's what I would do, because I kind of do feel like the extra 8 games is like, it's gonna definitely be like playoff mode, playoff mentality, and I kind of feel like that throws it off. So I would do pre-pandemic MVP and award it at that point.
So was it only 8 games left though? Or they just
no, there was like 20 games left.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
But they're just doing 8 because that's the number they figured to make it fair enough or whatever.
Okay. Because I'm just saying, because 20 games still can make a difference, and you know.
So. 20 games could definitely make a difference for an MVP race or MVP run, but I think because of the situation that we're in, like, keep to the normalcy of the NBA and doing the awards, but you have to put a time limit of up to what point are you going to look at stats, up to what point are you going to look at numbers. And I would say look at the numbers up until when the season got called off.
Yeah. Okay.
Strizzy,
what do you think?
Yeah, it's funny, man. I don't know. Honestly, I think I stopped caring about the MVP award a long time ago. And to me, in all honesty, I think the MVP award in the NBA is the least relevant because it's become such a popularity contest. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of times over the last couple of years, the player who's won it, you know, could have won it. But to me, a lot of times I feel like they weren't the most valuable player. You know what I mean? So
they get it wrong a lot.
They do. Yeah, 100%. And if we're being honest, like, you know, it is a popularity contest, and the people who actually have a vote that matters get tired of seeing the same person win it, even when that person is the person who should have won it. Like, you know, if we're going back, LeBron should have a lot more MVPs than he actually has.
One.
Exactly, 100%. Kobe has one, right? Like, he should have won one of the ones that Steve Nash had gotten.
Years.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's been a beast his entire career. So,
yeah, you
know, he's got, you know what I mean? So, like, I feel like the awards that mean more to me is like the 6th man, the defensive player of the year
most
award.
Improved.
Like, yeah, most improved. Yeah, I feel like those ones mean a lot more to me, honestly, because those usually go to the player who actually deserves it. You know what I mean? So for me, you know, if they're going to do the awards, what they obviously probably are, I kind of agree with Myra that it does need to be. I think it needs to be from when the season began to when it ended. These last 8 games don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, these next 8 games just don't matter, in my opinion. You're not going to win the MVP award in 8 games.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the biggest things that stands out for me is like Rookie of the Year. Like, you got to do Rookie of the Year. How are you not going to do Rookie of the Year? Now, because of the situation, like, Zion doesn't get his chance to make his statement after coming back.
It didn't matter anyway.
You have to do Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, well, Zion wouldn't have won anyway. Like, he played a full season.
Played too little.
Yeah, he's even though he's playing great, but
he did.
Ja, you got to give it to him. It's
Absolutely.
like hand down. Like, he's
Even Zion said it. You know,
yeah,
job. It's Ja.
Zion has spoken.
So ESPN actually put out a journalism piece about like expert predictions for those awards. And when it came to Rookie of the Year, out of the experts that were paneled, it was pretty close. Out of those experts, 8 of them chose Ja and 7 chose Zion. And then the next 3 were Kobe White, Michael Porter Jr., and RJ Barrett. But the majority of those was 8 and 7. It was neck and neck on the experts picking Ja versus Zion. If I were to pick Rookie of the Year, I'm definitely picking Ja. But yeah, the experts had it pretty close.
And these were just ESPN insiders or ESPN writers?
Yeah, expert predictions for MVP, Rookie of the Year, Coach of the Year, and more NBA awards.
But I guess I could see that because if Zion play a full season, he probably gonna win it. That's probably.
But you can't just like.
I know you can't. But I'm just saying that's the only way I could see that 8 and 7 like they close. Like why would you do it close? So that's the only thing I can see. They might be saying he would.
They're projecting that on the
And I feel like
games.
And to me, like Ja, his rookie season really got the Memphis Grizzlies in the playoffs in the West. You know what I mean? Like
they weren't supposed to be doing that this year.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Exactly. You know what I mean? And maybe Zion does the same thing for them if he's healthy.
I think he has a better team.
He most definitely has a better team. That's for sure. But it's
Brandon Ingram,
crazy,
best player in the league,
right?
Maybe Lakers.
Man. Yeah, man, it's pretty crazy how.
What's going on,
how
Will
they
Marsh?
consider things. What's going on, sir?
But yeah, I don't know, man. It is interesting, the whole MVP debate and stuff like that. I'm sure that they will do the awards. Like Meyer, like you're saying, you gotta just do them. But I kind of agree with you, Strizzy, as far as like the MVP. It doesn't really mean as much anymore. I like the players MVP. The players do their own voting MVP, and Harden won that like twice before he even won it for real. Like in
because he definitely should have 2 or 3. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Last year, the dude averaged 36 points a game.
I know.
If you know basketball, you know how hard it is.
Yeah,
36 a game, like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. All right. So I think. Oh yeah. The only other thing we're gonna talk about is that they. Oh, go ahead, Myra. You go.
Y'all, did y'all see the barbershop being built in the NBA bubble?
It's already.
Oh no, I didn't see this.
It's
already done. It's already done. That the pictures that they posted were pre-pictures.
Yeah, because I seen Tobias Harris. I think
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think Giannis' brother got a cut in there and everything. So I think it's already. It was dope though.
Yeah,
like the bubble is really like it looks fun, and it looks pretty fun.
Absolutely.
The bubble is like becoming the neighborhood from
much. Is it true they put almost almost so many $1 million in that? Is that
true?
They
put a lot of They put like hundreds of millions of dollars apparently into making the bubble happen.
Yep. It's like $500 million, wasn't it?
But so that's where
that's what I heard. I was like, was that true?
Yeah, it's like $500 million or something like that.
Wow.
But that's where
those courts are expensive probably.
But that's where I say it's like it's not fair when the NFL players, like when they came out against the NFL and they're like, look at the NBA. It's like you got to control like 13 players and it's only like 19 teams and you know what I'm saying? And you can all be in one place. Like the NFL the rosters are way bigger.
Yeah,
you're talking about all the way from September until January. You're talking about all across the country. So it's like, I get it that the NFL hasn't been that outspoken, but it's like they have a whole different solution to solve. And if we can't solve it as society, we can't expect the NFL to solve it.
For sure.
So I do think that they're doing their best, but I don't know. I don't know why that came to me right now, but I just thought about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not the same as far as a controlled environment, but.
Oh man. Speaking of, and I hate to backtrack, but
let's do it.
Going back to NFL a little bit. So we talked about fans, not being in the stadium or the stadiums or whatever. So did you guys see the Rams talking about they might actually mess around with having fans in their stadium, the new stadium? So they were talking about it holds around
70%, right?
Less than that. You say 15 or 50?
50. I think 50% for sure. They're gonna do 50% of fans gonna be there in the stadium. I forgot who it was. I seen it on BR today.
It's less than that. Because it holds around 72, 75,000, and they're trying to bring in about 15,000
I'm saying another team said they're gonna do 50%.
Oh, another team with 50%. Oh,
I forgot what team it was though. So
gotcha. Yeah. So the Rams are talking about like, man, we just got this brand new $4 or $5 billion stadium. Like, we got to put fans in it somehow. So I mean, they got a ton of space. So if they can find some way to separate them out and spread them out.
Yeah, you got plenty of room to separate them. But do you sell stuff though? Like, do you sell food and all that, or you just come to watch the game?
Well, sell stuff.
Yeah, I think you can, because think about it. As long as they continue to maintain and watch those guidelines, all fast food places like everywhere is open right now for dine-in. So
I see. Yeah, I think that they could do it, but I still see it where it's like you have a section almost when you get your tickets, and there's only be so many people per section, and then maybe that section has like a beer stand and a concession stand and a restaurant.
Right.
And then your team green. Like, if your ticket is red, you can't mix in with the the green, but you have like these own separate areas, so that way they can kind of maintain social distance inside of certain sections of the stadium. I think that's how it would have to be, something like that, to where you don't have people just wandering around.
Yeah.
Listen, Walt Disney World is back open, and they just put a no walking and eating. So for me, like,
you said no walking.
Yeah, you can't walk and eat.
Their thing is basically you can take your mask. You have to wear your mask unless you're eating or drinking. And if you're eating or drinking, they ask you to like sit down, stay stationary, and take your mask off. That way, you're just not walking all around.
But and they only open for the people that have reservations, though, right? You can't just go up there and go in. And you have to have the reservations, right, to get in Disneyland. World.
Yeah, right now it's by like reservation, and you literally have to like. Your name is on your ticket, so then you would like show your ID when you're going in. Like, I have my tickets. Here's me, and you can only go into like one park at a time, and then they're just doing like really limited capacity. So
right, were they opening all?
I'm low key. What's that?
Were they opening all the parks? I wasn't sure if they were.
All four are open now. Yeah, they didn't. Okay. They kind of staggered them. First, it was Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then now Hollywood Studios and Epcot is open too. So low key though. Because you guys know how I love Disney. Like, I've been thinking about like flying myself down there again, just maybe escape by myself, because it is empty right now. And I know I don't want to contribute to the pandemic, but I'm like, I might get some good footage now. And
you get some footage.
Yo, I got sanitizer. I got sanitizer and gloves on deck, fam. Let's get it. Man, I'm telling you, I've been wanting to get out too.
If I go, I'm like in a full hazmat suit. Y'all in Arizona, us in Texas, going into Florida, it's like hell, and hell.
But you still can't just go though, right? You still have to like, aren't you? Is it like a waiting list or something like that? You can't just go up there. I don't think.
Well, yeah, you'd have to get reservations, and honestly, I have not looked into like how far out they might be booked.
I thought I read somewhere it's these people booked like a couple of months ago. That's people that's going now. Like they been did it like a while back. Like, you can't just like, nobody can just go. So we're gonna go this week.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna go tomorrow type thing.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have it like it's gonna become some time before you get to go in there.
Not me. Listen, Dwight Howard on his little vlog is like, I'm not wearing a mask because of this and that. I'm like, brother, you're in Florida, right? Like,
but the thing is, he kind of has a point. I hate to say it, like he's inside the bubble. So,
but he still keep it with him though. He still he still has it with him too though. He don't wear it all the time, but he still has it.
If all four of us were staying inside of a hotel and we all four got tested every day, and then we were only interacting with each other, why would we have to wear masks? Like. As long as you're not encountering somebody from the outside of the bubble, but you got to keep it with you.
The only thing is that the employees within the bubble are coming from outside of the bubble.
Who?
That's my only concern.
Who? I don't think. No, when you in there,
the employees.
I don't think.
Like, I think
the hotel.
I think they're all in there. I think they're all staying in there.
Like part of
the chefs and everything. Like, everybody's like in there.
Yeah, you got, once you in there, you in there. You can't leave. Like, if you leave, you don't come back. So that's what I think it is.
You leave, don't come back.
But think about it though. If you gonna be serving NBA players, you in there with them, like, I won't complain about that. Hey, let's get it.
Right.
Like, if I had kids, then that's different. But if I'm single, I'm chill. Like, I'm in there. I don't have to go nowhere. I'm in the bubble with these dudes.
That's real.
Like, yeah.
And you probably get some like hazard pay, some extra, some extra bonus.
Take care of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
like, yeah, lock me in too.
I don't care what they say. I'm getting pictures, but I'm not releasing them until after the season's
Right,
over.
but you gonna see LeBron every day. Like
Absolutely.
you know he's at every day. Like I know what LeBron's at.
That would be pretty crazy.
Walking around like I'm telling you.
But you probably don't do it either. Like after a while, they gonna get used to you too. Like, hey, what's up, Tim? What's up, man?
Right, because you're just
man?
like in a own little,
Especially you ain't weird, you know what I'm saying? Especially you
Absolutely.
ain't weird like that, they're gonna be cool with you though.
I'm getting as
Real,
many, I'm getting
they
as
know
many players to follow me on Instagram and everything too. Like,
they know when you weird
they can
though.
tell if
like,
you're a goofy or
yeah,
not.
they could tell. Like
For
I'm
sure.
the type of person that if it was me, I'd be like, I see LeBron, I just keep on walking like whatever. This so you can see like I ain't tripping on them. And after a while, but hey, you doing, LeBron? You good, man? Oh, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, but after a while, that's how you do it, man. You don't be just like, I'm gonna be here for 3 months. I'm gonna see him again.
You know me, I'm joking. I'm walking around like you're trash. Not playing. You know I'm playing. You know I'm playing. You got me too, son. You got me too. I'm Miami fan. Let's get it. Let's go. Like,
can anybody explain the tweet that LeBron did about the 15 years? Like he said, I've been dealing with the 15 years. Was somebody talking to him, or were they talking about somebody else about the East being easy? Did you see that?
Oh, because I think they were saying about him like, oh, he can't do that in the West. Like he can only do that in the East.
Oh, because I thought somebody said they was saying it to Giannis because it was saying easy. But then I thought he tweeted somebody like, yeah, I've been doing that for 15 years too. So I thought somebody was referring to somebody in the East because it's easy there, and he was just replying back like, yeah, I did with that for 15 years. So I didn't know how it happened with that.
I've never agreed with that statement, though.
What you mean?
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, they play less games in the West. You know,
but
what
you
I
still
mean?
got to play the West people though.
You do
Right,
at least twice a year,
right?
And he always has like 60 wins. Like he had 60 some odd win games when he had that super weak team in Cleveland. When he had
still in the win championship, you got to beat the West to get a championship too. So
Right.
So agree.
You beat the best in the West to get a ring.
Agree.
So,
It's definitely harder. You know what I mean? Seeds 1 through 8 it's different between West and East, but LeBron, you can put him on almost any team, man. That team's gonna be successful. So
no, I agree. Like the road traveled is the same. Like you have to take the same amount of steps, but the only way it's easy, I think, for people to make that statement, or it has been in the past, is because you just look at the West and you're like, there's more good teams out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'd rather play a team, most teams from the East versus the West, but at the same time, you still got to go out there and do it. And like you guys were saying, you still play both sides of the league. So
exactly, and it's like when you grab whatever team LeBron was on in the East and you place him in the West, they're always like 1 or 2 or 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's like that's why I've never really agreed with that statement. I get it that the Western Conference is stronger overall than the East, but LeBron, whatever team LeBron was on, he was still
like
out there
playing
getting
all
it.
East teams your whole time.
Yeah,
exactly. West.
Yeah.
And a shout out to my favorite player. He's back too, Russ. He made it to the bubble.
Yeah.
But that's another thing though. We just found. Did we find out late that he had the corona? Because that's not 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
He didn't say anything until like a weekend.
Oh, okay. I'm like, that was a fast 2 weeks. It couldn't have been 2 weeks. He's back already.
Yeah.
I think he knew, but he didn't say anything until it was like time for him to get on the plane. And he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to explain why I'm not going.
Exactly. Okay. Because everybody would have been asking like, yo, the Rockets are here, but we don't see Russ. So once they got there, he had to be like, look, I'm out there. I got Rona. I'll be there in a week.
I'll feel you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
all right.
I think everybody is supposed to be there. Look, and then another player. Look, NBA talk. Jokic. How you say it?
Jokic.
He looks good, man. He lost all that weight. I thought he was gonna be kind of feeling it. He looks good. Like they showed their little team practice. Huh?
What did
you said feminine?
No, I didn't say that.
I thought you said.
I'm saying because he lost a lot of weight, so I thought he's gonna be kind of like kind of soft, like you know what I'm saying, kind of fragile. But he looks quicker, and a quicker Jokic. He's already was good when he was size,
right?
So he lost all that weight, and he's dunking like he's like booming. Like I'm like, okay, he looks good though, man. So
I'll have to check out some of that film.
Yeah,
don't let that. It's like it's funny. It's like, man, don't let Joker lose some weight, and then pandemic happened. Yeah, he looks nice, man. He looks nice.
So I've been watching some of the teams that show their practice and everything. It looks pretty good, man. If you watch Chris Haynes too, shout out to Chris Haynes. We should get in his DMs to get him on here because he's in the bubble. He's like a TNT reporter, but he's not really big, but he's known. So, but he goes to different practices and he goes live and watches it. So he's pretty dope, man.
Myra, Strizzy, y'all have homework?
Mara, you're prettier
Chris
than
Haynes,
me.
man. He's dope, man.
Mara's prettier than me. She got it.
Myra's up first.
You definitely get him.
Myra's up first.
Yeah.
So,
Or I'll go first. If you don't answer me, we'll send in the big guns. We'll send in the big guns. Like, who this dude?
easy work.
Who this dude?
I do need to check out some of the vlogs, though. I have been wanting to step behind the curtain of the bubble a little bit more. So we'll see.
They're showing a lot of stuff, man. It's pretty. I thought it'd be more private, but now it's showing a lot of stuff. It's been pretty good. And the players look like they having what is that? Oh,
so
yeah.
their Joker says he has abs now, Joker.
Yeah. So, but the players, they look like they're having fun. Like they don't seem like scared or fearful. They look like it's all good and everything. So I really think this is gonna be dope. And they also put a picture out too. I don't know if it's gonna be the actual court, but they put a court. It showed a court today. It says it has a Black Lives Matter on it and everything.
Oh yeah,
NBA logo, and the actual whole thing. It don't look big, but it looks like it's gonna be nice, like insane. And so when they playing, I'm saying it's gonna look kind of like fun, like you know what I'm saying, like lights me going on, and music and everything. So I don't know what court that is, but
I think that's like the main court, or that's gonna be like the main setup. Yeah,
but is it gonna be multiple games happening though?
I think that they're gonna have like 3 of those.
Okay, got you. Like I said, it looks good though, man. It looks really good though.
And they put some like monitors on the side.
Right.
It's cool because that's what I was waiting for. I'm like, okay, they're building this knowing there's not going to be fans, so they're gonna hopefully build it to make it like look good.
And I got a feeling too that we're gonna hear a lot of stuff. We're gonna see like a lot of plays and players saying stuff. I think we're gonna really be involved in the game, not the fans. You know, we're gonna worry about the people throwing up T-shirts and stuff. Ain't gonna be none of that stuff, you know. So it's gonna be just about the game.
Throwing up T-shirts.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta group chat the username and password again for NBA.
What do you mean?
For NBA League Pass.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll make sure everybody's plugged in for sure.
Let's get that username and password. Let's get that username and password.
And my last thing I was gonna say too, you guys send it. I sent it into the group thing with the Jordan logo gonna be on all the jerseys next year. Yeah. How the Pistons gonna have to wear the Jordan thing, and Jordan looking like.
Like
that's dope though, man. Like that's really like Jordan gonna be on every team now. So I guess it don't really mean that now because none of these players, like the players,
they all look up to Jordan now.
So it's gonna be kind of cool, but just. The Piston thing was kind of funny. They was being really petty with that, so that was funny.
The Piston thing was hilarious.
I thought that was funny, but yeah, they are going to use the Jumpman logo on all the statement jerseys. So like basically like the alternate jerseys next year.
Yeah. Also, it won't be like taking over Nike. It won't be all
right. It's going to be Nike for like home and away, the normal ones, and then the statement jerseys that are like the more different ones, like the Miami Vice ones and all that stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
Those ones will have the Jordan.
You know what I really want the NBA to put out those superhero jerseys, the superhero unis, and those have been so dope, like the Black Panther ones and the Spider-Man ones.
I've never seen those.
I think it's just like a rendition of somebody that did like superhero jerseys for that.
Okay.
They are so dope. I gotta find it and I gotta send it to y'all because they did like Black Panther. They did.
I like the football team when they did. They switched the pillars from the football one. You seen that one?
Oh yeah. Football and basketball ones.
Like they did the Cowboys and the Mavericks. They did like the
the
floats and it was kind of cool. That would be kind of dope to do too, just to switch up a little bit. But I think it'd be more harder to do the football one because the helmet changed too. But I think basketball they could actually do that. That would be kind of cool to do, but. I don't know about the football one though. That'd be kind of hard.
Yeah,
a lot of money.
That'd actually be really dope. Like the throwback Memphis Grizzlies one. I saw the Grizzlies with the Titans jersey swap.
Yeah, that was really.
That'd actually really dope, man. That's dope because their old school jerseys are nice.
I love seeing how much like creative things are coming out. Like while all these graphic designers are sitting at home with nothing to do right now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
All of a sudden, way more creative stuff. Oh. Okay.
So Brooklyn is
Spider-Man.
Venom.
Okay.
The Lakers is Thanos.
But do you have enough teams to do superheroes?
Dude.
That's my guy right there.
The Clippers is Spider-Man.
Did you have enough? Do they have enough superheroes to do everybody though? There's not enough superheroes, right? It is.
Dog, there's so many superheroes.
The Denver Nuggets was the Joker. Like they're so dope. I gotta send it to y'all so you can check them out. There's a bunch of them. Utah Jazz was Aquaman. They did.
We'll post them on our Instagram page too. We'll post them to our story too.
Chicago Bulls
so
was
Deadpool.
They're super cool. I'll send it to y'all right now.
That's what's up. All right, I think let's do some other sports real quick, and then we'll almost be out of here.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports.
All right, you guys. Baseball starts Thursday, and it looks like it's really actually happening.
Yep.
I'm super excited for this. I've been watching a lot of the inter squad games, and now they're actually having some scrimmages and stuff like that.
Shout out to the Astros whooping on the Royals today. Shout out to the Astros.
I was gonna say, yeah, my Royals went down.
Myra, take some bass out your clap, man.
But did y'all see that Bregman and Altuve got pegged? My Royals held it down, and they beamed 2 of your Astros. So
yeah, they did.
It's a ding dong.
So whoever was betting on it, they made that happen already. But I am really excited about baseball, man. It's been a long time coming. It's funny that they're still going to be the first of the sports to start up, even though they had the chance to they could have been doing this for a while.
Definitely.
But we'll talk about. Oh yeah, see, Trevor's right on it. Can we talk about Altuve and Bregman? See, that's what I'm saying. That's the bigger story. We're not worried about the final score. We're just worried about the Royals handled their business. So the unwritten rules of baseball. So.
I don't know if I asked this before though. So are they gonna start from 0-0? Or are they gonna go a couple of games in playoffs? How they doing that?
For baseball?
They start from the beginning?
Yeah, because they never technically started.
Right. So is
they're
it
just
gonna
doing
go over
60
then?
games.
Oh, so October gonna still be ready for
The
normal?
playoffs.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
Yeah.
They actually might even be done before they would normally be done in a regular year. It's going to be weird, but they're doing that. They're doing 60 games. Most teams are doing their 60 games in 67, 68 days. So they're not going to have a lot of days off. It's just basically going to be the next 2 months straight of baseball.
Yeah,
cool.
So that's exciting.
So you think towards the end fans don't get in if they watch the NFL having certain amount of people? You think they might gradually get them in there?
I think so. I think they're going to find a way, slowly but surely. And I think it really is going to be on the different teams to try to see what they can make work. But I was watching today, I was watching a little bit of the Rangers game today before we came on, and it's they just built that brand new stadium, and they're they want to have fans in there.
Right.
They're playing in a brand new stadium.
Yeah, I watched the Dodgers game too, and then you know how behind the home base they have the the fake people on there.
Yeah, the cutouts.
So do they select different are they famous people that's on there, or they just get random people? Or
no,
how does that work?
Some of them are doing it. The way some of them are doing it is if you're a season ticket holder, you can buy the cutout and put it in your seat.
Oh, that's dope.
Other ones are just doing it where you can just buy a cutout and put it out there and send in your picture.
The puppy one. Did y'all see somebody put their dog on a fan cutout?
Oh, that's what's up. I didn't see that. But shout out to the one of the ladies from Girl Chat Sports, Mel. She has one in the Seattle Seahawks. Or not Seattle Seahawks, Seattle Mariners stadium. So I was like, that's dope. I was going to try to get one, but for the Royals, I looked at the Royals and I think you have to be a season ticket holder and then it's $50. But obviously
you select the seat where you wanted it to be at.
I think it goes in your seat that you already have.
Oh, that's kind of
because that would be tight if I knew my fake guy was there in my normal seat. That's pretty cool.
You gonna see it because I watched yesterday the Dodgers. I'm I wonder if these people they showing are they really people who would sit there or are they just some famous people they put there?
I think but those people were probably right on top of it whenever they released the whole you can buy your thing now.
Okay,
so. I think it is cool that teams are just trying to be creative and do different stuff with it. But hopefully they'll try to find a way to work the fans in slowly but surely.
And then fake noise after a while gets irritating too.
Right?
They're
it's kind of weird.
It don't sync right. It's kind of
I'm just imagining though a guy on the mixing board that has like heavy groan, loud cheer, you know what I'm saying, booing. Like he's got all types of different mixtures. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pretty crazy. That would be like that's a whole new type of DJing. You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta be paying attention. You gotta be like this.
Right. Like,
you can't be on your phone like, oh my bad. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be on top of it.
I guess the MLB, some of the MLB stadiums are using it from the MLB to show the game. So I'm like, that's kind of tight.
Okay.
Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Myra, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
I am gonna upload mine to the Astros. It's $100 and it doesn't have any regulations that you have to be a season ticket holder. So
that's dope. Let's get you out there, Myra. Let's go.
Astro fan cutout submission guide. I'm so on it tonight. Dudes,
what you gonna do?
Hey,
I'll wait, the boys.
I want you to
my Astro gear on.
Look, and I need you to write Slac on your forehead.
Right.
Get it out there.
Where's the sticker at?
There you go. Get everybody attention.
We gotta put it. We gotta use product placement.
I feel you. That's better placement for sure. Everybody trying to read it like what's her shirt say?
Right.
Product placement.
Speaking of that though, we're gonna do shirts soon, and I know we keep saying this, but we're gonna do it for real. Yeah, and I did have an idea that Strizzy and I talked about we're gonna do. We're gonna have 4 different styles, basically. Okay. We're gonna start off with the Strizzy, and it's gonna be kind of like that white shirt that like Strizzy had made us already. Then we're gonna have the A-Dub. Then we're gonna have the Myra. The Myra is gonna be Myra. You're gonna have to design like a racer back or like a you know, what do they call that? Like a
tank top. Like
you said, a razorback.
You know what I'm talking about. What am I trying to say? You know, like a shirt, like a
racer back, like this, like.
Yeah, like that, like whatever you're wearing right now.
Oh, I thought you said like a razorback, like
Arkansas, like Arkansas.
I didn't know it was called razorbacks. My bad.
It's called a. I
racer.
think it is like a racer. Yeah.
Oh,
like
racer. Oh, okay. I'm like, that's kind of rude. You call her a razorback.
And then Marcus, you got to come up with your design though. I was thinking, I don't know if you want to do a hoodie since you always like hoodies, or if you want to do a hat.
You got to do the hoodie.
So you could, so the Marcus can be the hoodie then, but each item is gonna like be our name, and we're gonna design our item. So it's gonna be really dope. I'm excited about that.
Hey, the Marcus buzz sell out. I'm coming looking for y'all.
Yeah, I know. I think the Marcus will be popular.
I'm gonna change.
But yeah, we're each gonna design ours. Mine is definitely gonna be, you know, I like just a plain logo up here and then something full on the back on a black tee. So I'm getting my ideas together for the A-Dub.
Yeah, none of y'all putting on your sleeves. I'm already taking that. Okay.
Okay. All right. Then I'm excited to see the Marcus. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all do some sleeves. I'm like, y'all buy.
And then
it's gotta be Myra. You know, I buy hella hoodies, so like, I'm out to buy my own. You know what I'm saying? The Marcus.
And then the Myra, we need you to hold it down for the ladies. You know, give us something
Definitely
we'll serve that. So
I'm gonna get one of those too. You know what I'm saying? Sun's out, guns out. It's all
whatever you got to do, man. So yeah, so we're gonna debut those pretty soon. We're gonna start working on our designs and then
absolutely
fund that initial go.
So tell your friends.
I've been watching your dog too this whole thing, and I think he's
is it time?
Out. I think it's time to go out. I don't want him to get in trouble because he's been looking at that door like, are you gonna open this door? Or are you gonna keep
like,
talking?
Where are we going?
What you gonna do? I can let it out right here. It's on live. I've been by the door this whole time, and you ain't paying attention, fam. So I gotta go out. What you gonna do?
Everybody witnessed this.
Y'all saw him. Ignoring me.
He's ready to go for the walk.
It's funny because he's getting like, he used to be so wild or whatever, and they say like German Shepherds usually calm down about age 3, and he'll be 3 in like a week and a half. So he's been like super low key lately. So I'm like, dang, my homeboy.
He heard you talking about him, so he walked away from the
I know.
He said this guy's crazy, so let me go ahead and go out screen right quick. Cause this dude Trizzy be tripping sometimes.
For sure. Hey, what you doing? Want to say hi? Up. Say
look at him! Look at him!
There you go.
I'm part of this.
Say what's up.
We definitely gotta go a TikTok with that. I'm gonna do the voiceover.
Oh,
say fam,
yes.
you got 10 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go outside, okay?
Exactly.
I'll give you 10 more minutes. You heard what I said.
10 more minutes, so it's on the floor. What's up?
Exactly.
10 more minutes, so it's on the floor. You know what it is.
Oh man.
My bad.
Right.
Other sports.
NHL begins August 1st. Training camp is underway.
Yep.
That's what's up. Rooting for the Avalanche. Soccer, I was going to talk about this too, and I cursed my own team. I always do this, but Arsenal had 2 big wins in a row. They beat Liverpool, and then they beat Man City. And then today they freaking lost to Aston Villa, which is whack. They're in the relegation zone. But, you know, it goes like that, the ups and downs of being an Arsenal fan. But they are in the FA Cup, which I'm hoping that they can win, and they'll qualify for a bigger tournament next year. So
I had a question, too, on the
I
Arsenal.
the Liverpool game, but I saw the Man U game. That was dope.
Yeah.
About 4 years ago, I'm going to say 4 years ago, that's when I first started playing FIFA. And I forgot I played with Arsenal. I played with them a lot. But who was the best player on that team? I can't think of the dude's name. He had
4
dark
years
hair.
ago?
About 4, maybe
Olivier
5 years ago.
Giroud, probably?
No, it wasn't him. He had dark hair, though.
Mesut Ozil?
It could have been him.
But
he was a beast on that game, though. He was a monster on the game. Like I scored him every game. I was when you said Arsenal, I couldn't see it, but when I looked it up, when I did your video, I was like, oh, I remember I just played with them.
Gotcha.
So it came back to my memory. But I was trying to figure out who was I don't know what his position was, but he had like dark hair, and he was like on the outside a lot. He played on the outside.
He was fast too.
Yeah,
it might have been Theo Walcott. It might have been Theo Walcott.
It could have been him.
Ago.
Then. It could have been him.
I'm trying to think who else we would have had on squad.
That's when I'm gonna look it up too. Because since I see his name, I know for sure. But I was just thinking about that when you said the FIFA game. I said, I did too. So when I seen the actual logo, I said, I did play with them too. So that's how I got.
That's the same way I became a fan. And then I just started watching them in real life. I was like, all right, that's my squad. So. They had Sanchez too back maybe 4 years ago.
It's a Hispanic name though. I just gotta see
it might be him. Yeah. But yeah, dude, FIFA's awesome, and I think it helped a lot of Americans get into soccer bigger.
I still don't understand it, but I know how to play it though. You know, that makes sense.
Right. I feel you. But the other thing about soccer too is I was going to say that they're starting a new women's soccer team in LA. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but Alexis Ohani is a big investor, which is Serena's husband. And their daughter actually has a piece of this. Yeah. So she's at 2 years old, and she actually has shares in this new sports team that they're bringing to LA, and there's a bunch of stars involved. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I think that's pretty
smart,
cool.
though, man. That's so dope. And have you guys seen a picture of Serena when she was playing with her daughter and how she was opposing? Like, she's going to be a beast.
She was like not afraid of.
Like she know how to swing already. She know how to get in position. Like, I know. Can you imagine her playing like from 2 to up? She's gonna be so cold, dog.
She ain't got no choice but to be
no
cold.
Choice. Like,
her mom's gonna be on her. The way their dad was on them, so you already know.
It is pretty cool though. Like, just to see that, and also to see them like building like generational wealth. Like, they're like, all right, we're on some whole different thing now.
That is because growing up, you had the water bill in your name. You was like 5 years old, just stuff like that.
Whole different thing.
Like, this is better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cable, electricity.
I'm like, man, my mom and dad never did it, but I had cousins. I ain't gonna lie, I had cousins getting mail like water bill. I'm like, why is that name on it? And mama said, shut up, don't say nothing. I'm just saying, like, why is her name on the water bill though?
It happens like that sometimes, man.
You know it's real when the parents say something through their teeth, but they don't actually move their mouth.
Right, you know it's serious.
I'll
kill you right now.
But you're right. This is a whole different definition of having something in your name.
Growing up, you 16 with bad credit.
That's real.
Oh man. All right. I think it's time though for that's enough for the other sports talk. I think it's time for this or that.
About that time.
So Myra, you want to do the live intro again? We're gonna get to yours soon.
For this or that. All right, I go first, like always.
This is all you now.
This is all me.
This is all you.
If you were an NBA GM and you had to build your team around this player, who would you choose? Ja Morant or Zion?
Zion. I think you'd have to pick Zion because Ja is beast, obviously, and he translated his game pretty quickly. But exactly, Zion is the big main event. He's the hype, So you're gonna get that type of legendary, not I shouldn't say legendary, but you're potentially legendary type player, and you're gonna get the sales of it too. So.
And I like Ja too. He's a great player. I think he's gonna be a great player, but Zion is flashy. Like he's gonna bring it. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be there. He's gonna get the woos and ahs every time he gets to touch the ball. People gonna be like, "Oh, what's he gonna do?" Like Ja get the ball. He's the point guard. He always has the ball, so it won't be so exciting. You know, so it just
right. And I think Zion can reach people on the fringes. Like when you talk about that superstar potential, it's like when people don't really know basketball, but they're like, "Oh, that's Zion." Like you know what I'm saying? Like he's got that type of a level. So, Strizzy, what do you think?
No, it's funny. Before she finished her question, I thought she was gonna say who, like, of the young, like, you know, the young talent, who would you want to build your team around? So in my head, I was like Luka all day. But
would you pick Luka over over those two? You can pick that if you really want to.
No, absolutely. I love
definitely
Luka.
Easy. Yeah, bro, he's definitely gonna be over there. He's worldwide.
I actually, you know what, you know, before the season first started, we talked about it, about like Zion or whatever. But to answer Myra's question, I'm going Zion too for the exact same reasons you guys said. But we talked about Zion in the sense of like everyone's comparing him to LeBron, whereas I compare him more to
CB.
Charles Barkley.
Yeah, easy.
Not even. Blake Griffin, honestly, more in my opinion.
No, he's way bigger than that, though. I can say the style.
That's what I mean, like his style of play.
Okay,
like when Blake first came out, dog, it was Lob City. Like he was selling, like you know, what I mean? He was so
jumping over kids.
Huge. Exactly, jumping out of the building, basically. Like that's what.
But do you think when Blake came out, he was bigger than Zion? Though I still think Zion was bigger.
He was, but I think primarily though is because Zion in high school was a man amongst boys.
Gotcha.
So Zion was getting so much publicity before he even got to college. You know what I mean?
But they do got the same style though that when they first came out. But I think right now, Blake Griffin, he improves his jump shot, his free throws, all that. So he definitely. So if Zion improves too, he's gonna be definitely a nice
exactly. And so there's that. But if I'm building my team around anybody right now, it's definitely Luka Doncic, man. That kid is.
Yeah, he's nice, man.
I've never been impressed by somebody so young, and like honestly, I don't think it might ever. Like, dude is nice.
And I thought he was overrated at the beginning too. I'm like, he's cool, but he's nice.
No, he's the truth. He is the truth.
Honestly, if the Mavericks had a better record this year, I think he would have been right up there with like MVP with LeBron. And
MVP.
He's up there. He's top 5.
If the Mavs had a better record,
it's a little early.
He's already up. Yeah, he's already up there though. He's
in 4th place right now.
Yeah, like, he's killing, dude. Like I said, you don't see him a lot. They don't show the Mavs, but he's that guy though.
Well, no, that's my boy. Like when my dad and I talk about it, it's funny. Like we pitted kind of like Luka and Trae Young against each other. So, and he like rides for Trae and I ride for Luka.
Yeah.
But we both obviously like both players, you know what I'm saying? But we kind of joke about that.
But Luka, he didn't pass him up though. He didn't pass Trae up right now. So
yeah, I just think he's so. Not only is he really good and talented, he's so smart, man. Like he plays the game at an age where it's like he's 20 years old, something like that. But he plays like he's 28. You know what I mean? Like the kid is nice.
Definitely coming from that European circuit, though. It's always like the players who play on that European circuit from so young are always so much more developed. And
he started when he was 16, though. So he played a while before he came to the NBA. He wasn't like a 2 or 3 years.
And I think it's 2 reasons. Like, one, because they're playing against grown men, that kind of helps. But 2, I think is because in Europe, like European ball players, they develop their players way differently.
They do.
Like our AAU. Like we just want to dunk on people. We just want to cross people up.
Position wise too, because growing up, if you like me, if you tall, all you gonna do is power forward center stuff. That's all you do. Right. But back then they did dribble. The big man was doing dribbles and assists, all that kind of stuff. They do all around players. Right. Like I said, here we put our guys in one position. You short, you gonna just be guards. That's how it goes. Yeah, but back there, like Dirk and them, those guys, they did everything. They dribbled the ball.
They're well rounded. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why
Gasol and all them
so strong. He's great passer.
Yeah.
Like Marc Gasol, like you said, them dudes monsters.
Right. And you could tell from right away, even if they didn't have like the athleticism, like they had game. Like you could tell when players have game, like, oh, they know what they're doing.
The fundamentals definitely
right.
First. Exactly. They got that first.
Mm-hmm. So
like Rubio was a monster at 17. Maybe that's in the Olympics. Rubio was cooked. He was only 17. He was balling.
Right.
So he I still say Rubio on a great team. I think he showed what he could do. He's never been on a good team, so he's always been like okay guy.
And
but
he's
you
at
put him
the
on like the Lakers or the like the Warriors like that.
Yep.
Dude was a
And
beast.
unfortunately for him, he's another one of those players too who's always dealt with ankle and knee injury.
Yeah.
So, but like,
Right.
man, if you could just get that man healthy, like you said, on a good team, he's totally different. And he's another player too who came in with not a great jump shot, but's developed over the years, and now he's shooting threes and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm a huge Luka fan. It's just it amazes me every time he goes out.
Yeah, he's beast.
Did you have another one, Myra?
No, I just had one. I just had one for today.
I was gonna say too. I watched for the first time. You know, I wasn't a big Draymond Green fan, but I watched his podcast on All the Smoke. And I look at this dude different. I look at Draymond a lot different now. Like
The way he talked.
I'm sorry, Myra. If you have you watched All the Smoke with him?
I have not, but I do.
You have
not
no. I'm telling you, you have to watch it. I'm telling you, guaranteed you're gonna look
Marcus,
at him
I
a lot
don't have
different.
to do anything,
Nah,
Marcus.
you're gonna look at him a lot different. Like Draymond, I didn't like the dude, but I ain't gonna lie. I watched it. I'm like, it's like 2 hours, so you might not watch the whole thing. You want to skip a little bit, but watching him and seeing his point of view on how he does things, I respect that dude a lot. I think I'll be a fan of him too. So he kind of changed me with that interview. So
Hey, I like that.
Team, but he's a player you hate going up against.
yeah, I just respect that guy a lot, man.
Well, I like
look at
that,
it
man,
like
because you got to be able to change your mind about those type of things, and sometimes
my
our perceptions are wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know, sometimes we see people a certain way, like I can't stand that dude, but if you hear him talk, like you got to be fair and listen to him, and that's what's up. I like that.
Even the way he broke down the KD thing, like I was like, what was the dude doing? And the way he started from the game before until that when he did that play, I'm like, wow, I would have did the same thing. Like a little bit of it, what he said is that kind of was a main part is he was saying they play. He said the whole game I was pushing and pushing and pushing. And he said time was running out, so he said what I was doing, I was taking the ball, I was trying to go. I didn't want KD to have to dribble up and then shoot. He said I was running real fast to turn around and give it to him so he could just fall into the shot. And he said I know who to hit it. But he said when I went, I looked behind him. He like mad. He doing like trying for the
He's
ball.
way over there.
He's all mad because I didn't get the ball. But he said if you look at that play. There's no way I was going to shoot the ball. I was going at the angle.
It's true. You could tell though he didn't know what to do when he got over there.
Yeah, but he said what he was doing is he was going at the angle, so he's gonna just toss it back because he know his spot. He's gonna give him the ball, and so he's gonna shoot it and win the game. He said, if you look at me, I'm not even trying to shoot the ball. I'm trying to get him the ball. And he said when he came, and he said I've been taking up for KD this whole year. Like nobody's on his side. The team's kind of bickering and everything. He said like Stephen was bickering. And I'm like, really? He said I was the only one standing up for this dude. He said for him to go off on me like that, he said I lost it. And I could see that. Like this dude been riding for you this whole time, and all of a sudden he trying to get you the assist for you to win a game. And then you gonna come in and go off on him? And Draymond said, "You know my attitude. I'm already crazy." He said, "I just lost it. I couldn't help it."
I'm already crazy.
Yeah. And then he said after the game, you got Kirk. He said Steve Kerr and the owner don't. He said you want to have a quick meeting with me. He said I had turned at the airport. I turned my car on for my girl so she could kind of warm up a little bit. I said I'll be right back. He said I was in there for an hour and 45 minutes. And my girl said she fell asleep in the car. And he said the dude kept on telling me to apologize. He said I ain't apologizing. So it's a whole thing how the whole thing happened. I'm like I can see it from his side, his point of view now. It's like man, that dude. It's not what he did wasn't bad, but not knowing that, it's like this dude taking the ball and he turned the ball over and all that, and he cussing out KD, talking about you about to leave. But the whole story came out like that's crazy, man.
And that's the thing too. I think more than a player aspect, I think it's even more of like a man aspect. It's like you know what I mean. It's like look, don't come at me like that.
And that's
you
what
know
he said too. He said it's a man. He said it's a man. You know what I'm saying? Like
like don't yell at me. You can't force me to apologize because I missed a shot or didn't get it to KD to win the game for me. Like,
but the thing is, like I said, he wasn't even trying. He was giving the KD the ball the whole time. That was he was doing. And he said, I'm the one of those guys. First one I got KD to come to here. Like they asked me first. Like I'm the one that kind of. I talked to him first. All I kind of say. So it's a whole history of how the whole thing started. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, man. Like you just look at this dude different. Like he said, I know I'm not the best player. I'm not the best scorer. He said, all I do is I set screens, I rebound, play defense. I don't know, man. I was with you, Bauer, too. Like I was saying way like before, but I'm a Draymond fan now. I'm just like I like him.
agree with Trevor down below. Like, I cannot stand the dude on the court. Like, maybe I might watch it and understand him from a perspective as a person, but I'm not going to become a Draymond fan. Like, I'm telling you that right now. So,
No. I think I am though. It's
I
because
just,
it's
you
a
know,
game how you watch basketball and you see a different way. Because like I said, you can't judge a person. You say on the court, you can't judge a person how he is off the court or on the court. You can't do that. Like he plays hard, and Dennis Rodman was the same way. Dennis Rodman was crazy, but he was a great player on the court. So I like his game. Even like another player I would put in this category with them two is right now is Trez for the Clippers. I think his game is more emotional. How he talk to people, how he rebound. He's not a scorer. He can score if he has to, but his whole game is not about emotion like that. So those kind of players are special to me. So I kind of gotta go on that side with that. To me, I like stuff like that.
Rodman, yes. Trez, yes. Draymond Green, not so much.
But the thing is, out of all those players, Draymond might be number 2 right there. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. You got to look at the numbers. You got 3 rings.
The three rings.
3 rings helps.
And then defensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year. He's been a 4-time All-Star. He's been an All-Team. Like, I'm just saying. I just got
look at us changing our minds, man. That's what it's all about.
In the NBA, stats get you in. Like, rings don't even matter. But like, I don't know. Like I said, I think same thing with like Dennis Rodman. You know, he's a player that you can't stand playing against, but he's also a player that you like having on your team.
Exactly.
I'm not a big Draymond Green fan on the court in the sense of I like it, man. I watched the podcast too, Marcus. So like for me, like it was like he's right. Like as a man, don't come to me like that. You can't force me to apologize for literally to me no reason. You know what I mean? Like that's not something you really apologize for. Maybe you apologize to your guys, like, sorry boys, like I thought I had the shot, I missed it, whatever the case may be. But in the heat of the game, you can't find your man. He's not where you thought he'd be. Seconds are winding down. You take a shot, you miss it. You win or lose by it. You know what I mean? But
things happen. Yeah.
I think too. I think my personality is like Draymond's too. At the end of the day, I think if I played in the NBA, I think I would be like him. It sometimes I try to trigger real fast when something gonna go my way or something like that. I'm really emotional. That's my thing. I gotta talk. I can't just play and just be calm. No, I gotta talk to you and get in your face, and it gets me going. And though I'm not trying to talk down to you, but that's how I play. I'm on the court. I'm gonna do stuff to you. But at the court, it'd be cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I think I think I got a better perspective of Draymond of how he plays. I think that's what happens. The whole thing.
So I'm a Latina, so maybe Draymond stirs my demons because we might be somewhat of the same person. I'm just
that's probably what it is.
Hey, shout out to Trevor with the jokes, man. Trevor has me bugging up all the time.
He said, here's what I have said about Draymond. Stick him on any team where he has to be the number 1 player and you see it as an all-star. He's a great role player, but I never saw him as an all-star.
No, that's what he said.
But he knows that too.
He knows that. Yeah, we know basketball. We know Draymond would never be that. But like we always say, if without Draymond on that team, they don't win.
Right. So. He's the engine part of it.
And they didn't.
All right, Trevor says, I have to tolerate Kyrie and his flat earth BS. I don't have room for much more.
Right.
Hey, and shout out to Trevor. Okay, so apparently Facebook was supposed to give him a top fan badge. He's supposed to be a top fan, but I don't think
matter what they get. We know you top fan.
But that's
you and Jamie, right there.
So I wanted to let you know, Trevor. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why it's not showing up. You don't
have to show it. We don't care. They haters. That's all it is.
We'll make you a real life one that you can wear in real life. You know what I'm saying?
We already robbed you too on the little quiz we was doing, or like what was doing? We robbed them twice. Yeah, so
that's true.
Trevor, we owe you, dude. So don't worry about that.
We'll definitely do another one when we get our shirts.
He was up 2-0 and ended up losing in the finals.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. It's terrible.
Sure. All right. Oh, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm good. I'm
that was funny though.
Final say.
So close. Yeah, it's time for final say.
Final say. Who's final say? Yeah, I got a final say.
Okay.
Special thanks to our guest today, Tyler Marsh. And he just hit me up, and like Oprah, he said, "Send me y'all's addresses so I can get you Raptors gear." So you get some gear.
Boy, Tyler, you good with me. Tyler, dude, you are good with me. Hey, you can give me a Kawhi Leonard. I'll rock that one.
Yeah.
Give it to, I'll rock
You can't be
it.
asking for old stuff.
hey, they don't know when we got it.
Yeah, it's
No,
special
that's
to
what's
me.
up.
I ain't gonna wear it. I'm gonna frame it.
No, that was dope though. That's dope.
That's a great final say right there. I appreciate you, Tyler, man. But I don't know
Yeah,
if
he was
that,
a
I don't
great
know
guest.
if it is. Was that his last name right here? Is it some family right here?
Tyler
Yes.
Marsh, yeah.
But it
So I
says
don't know
William.
if that's Tyler, but if that's
maybe
William,
it's his
maybe that's
fam.
kinfolk.
Yeah.
But shout
So,
out. We appreciate
yeah.
it. Because no, he was a great guest, and that's the type like of guest I love having too, where it's like that's insight, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like, and that's something that I think all of us being big sports fans have always kind of dreamed of, like actually working for a sports team like that. So
Right.
Especially,
definitely cool to see that.
Yeah.
If y'all ever need somebody to take some pictures or something, I'll work for free for a whole year. You want some stuff?
There you go.
Hey,
That might be how you get your start.
Another thing too, one thing I really appreciate. I thought it was really cool how he answered a lot of our questions that I honestly didn't think he was going to be able to answer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because
Even though he answered one of mine, but it's cool. He went right past it. I like how he did that though. He didn't even.
That's how you got to do it.
I wanted to ask
just
what software they use. He's like, I ain't telling you. So it's cool though. It's cool.
He use a lot of different softwares.
Yeah, he ain't say which one he used during the game, but it's cool because he know I get it and be on the game right now. He's doing his job. Just.
But yeah, no, I thought that was really cool. But yeah, we were gonna do some plugs, weren't we?
Oh yeah. But let's shout out to Trevor real quick. He said, "I picked the Raptors as a Slack simulator." Just saying, you did, you did. And they said we're listening while camping in Williams right now. Dedication. That's what's up. That's my town
that's
too.
real good stuff right there, man.
Up north. So hopefully the weather's good. We appreciate you checking in.
Be safe, man. Wear your mask out there, man. You don't know animals got corona too.
You never know.
Facts.
Never know. Oh yeah, I was gonna show this real quick and then I'll let you take over, Strizzy.
Okay,
So again, we've been trying to stay on our like local type thing, and so we're gonna try to, well, as often as we do, we don't buy stuff as much as we've been buying stuff lately, or at least me. But we're gonna try to start talking about local businesses, start talking about people that are doing things independently. So mine, I was gonna shout out to Sabri Garcia. I bought this painting from her. She does dope paintings, and I just like Cactus being from Arizona. I just think it's really dope painting, and she hooked it up with a sticker too. The shipping was fast too, like because I realized she like lives like right down the street, which is pretty funny when I saw where it came from. But we actually went to high school together. I haven't seen her in years, but I saw her artwork up there, and so I was like, "Yo, let me get that." And it's it's 12. It's number 12 of 50. So I'm like, that's pretty gangster right there. So she's got prints. You can check her out. I'll put her link in the bio.
And before Trizzy goes, can we know who your special guest is today? Are they slid with the X's on the eyes? Like, what's going on with that? Hi?
Yeah, we got Elmo today. What's
up, Elmo?
And this is the Cause version. That's why he's got the X's on his eyes. Cause is like a streetwear artist or a streetwear dude, and he just always has the X's on the eyes. But yeah, we got Elmo with us today. We'll try to keep the special guests moving on the couch too. Yeah, we'll see.
You got plenty of them, so I'm pretty sure we'll be good for a while.
At least a little bit.
Yeah.
So, all right, Strizzy.
Oh man, most definitely. So one of my good close friend of mine, her name's Jennifer. We went to high school together over at Westview 06. 06. I know the rest. Can't say that on TV though. But yeah, no, she actually started a business. She does like homemade candles and stuff like that. But she also she makes her own jewelry. She does make sage and all that fun stuff. And all of her candles are they're basically different colors for different things. Mine's orange is for like creation, wisdom, and some other things. So I thought that was perfect for what I'm currently doing right now on like my social media. She had a contest to name her new business and page, and for candles, they have wicks inside of them. So kind of like the movies John Wick, she ended up naming it Jen Wick. And I named her page, so I won her contest. So I got some.
Shout out to you.
Yeah, so actually really cool smell. The candles smell delicious. My whole house right now smells divine. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say delicious?
Dope. They smell delicious.
Wow, that's a good smell.
Oh,
I never heard of smell
So
delicious.
that's so good you can taste it.
Wow.
All that. No, but for real though, the candles are really legit. She has multiple colors. All the colors are for different things. You know, prosperity, wisdom, creation, just all all kinds of stuff like that. So you can go in and check in with her. Her Instagram handle is jen.wick. That's 2 Ks instead of 1. So yeah, check her out. We'll post something to the page as well, so you guys can check her stuff out. And yeah, like A-Dub said, we want to start doing some stuff for some more local businesses in Arizona, or even just close by neighbors, stuff like that. We've got some stuff from Vegas before and California. So y'all get something too. Like, let us know, man. Let's shout some of these people out.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like you, just like Myra, you did it before with your equality shirt. So
Definitely.
stuff like that. I like just like we get cool stuff like that. We should definitely shout it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Is this a record?
No,
I think
not yet.
we
We
should
gone
move on
farther
a
than
little
this.
bit.
Yeah.
We gone farther than this, but we'll cut it off right at about 2 hours. But no, we appreciate everybody checking in with us as always. We appreciate you guys rocking with Slac. That was Say Like a Champ, episode 47. I am A-Dub.
It's your boy Strizzy.
It's your girl Myra May.
And you know what today is.
Yeah.